Hello, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Today, my topic goes to Have you ever heard of an outgoing introvert? Of course, we all have ever heard of introvert and extrovert, but do you know what an outgoing introvert? Before giving the introduction of it, let's first talk about introverts and extroverts. With the coming of Industrial Revolution, a huge number of products were produced to sell, which means that to have the ability to sell those products is required. Thus, business ability became valued. It was at that time that the traits includes persuasive skills or the courage to speak out became popular, and it affects our current social values. And thus, both in Eastern and Western cultures, extroversion is almost always regarded as better than introversion, since the former has many apparent advantages, such as talking, behaving, and confidence. After Susan Cain launched her TED Talk, The Power of Introverts on 2012, lots of people started to emphasize the inner power of introverts. It was the time that introverts are no longer being regarded as negative, and many effects have proven that introverts can be succeed with their inner power. Let's take Bill Gates for example, who has self-described him as an introvert. It is proof that introverts can run multi-billion-dollar companies. His advice to aspiring introverted business leaders is twofold. Surround yourself with extroverts and learn from them. That is a practical evidence. Realizing two different traits, let's talk about a unique one. Outgoing introverts, aka antisocial extroverts, aka social introverts. As a side note, it is said that this kind of traits is in the majority at all. Cool, right? So, what exactly is it? Different from extroverts, they are less outgoing, but more active than introverts. In a more specific way to describe them, in different occupations, different moods, they show their different sides. Sometimes becoming more outgoing, sometimes they get shyer, and they like socializing, but have time limits. Limits. They are usually passive in group talks, but they could become quite active when hearing the topics they are interested in. Working independently or teamwork are both fine with them. With my own experience, I myself am exactly an outgoing introvert. I get nervous and anxious when surrounded by too many people, since I always feel others looking at me, thinking about me, talking about me. However, I feel safe in a space with only a few people. Most of the time, I will self describe myself as a person of shyness, but sometimes I get talkative. It all depends on the atmosphere and my mood.